What's up, gamers? This is Proto, and welcome to another episode of Like or Dislike, where we look at some of the latest games that came out. I give you a little bit of information on the story ground, give you some info, whether you want to get it or not, doing our famous pros versus cons, and just showing you some great gameplay all at the same time. So today we are looking at the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remaster games. So big disclaimer, I grew up playing these games, so I will be judging these games roughly very harsh. So let's not wasting more time and let's take a look at these. Now, the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 is a remaster of the first two original Tony Hawk Skater games. These games are for the lovers of skating and playing as your favorite skaters, so keep that in mind. I grew up playing the original too, so I can tell they kept the games pretty much the same, but they did make some changes that I don't personally like because I played the originals. If you didn't play the originals, you won't even notice these changes like I did. Now, game mode wise, you will have a solo mode called Tours, the multiplayer, and then you have the career skater mode that I see a lot of people having fun in, and it became a big staple. Now, in the Tours mode, you travel around skating in official skate parks, areas of the world, and compete in competitions to be the best skater from both games, with each one having 8 levels for you to unlock in. Now, each level has its standard challenges like collecting the word skate, getting certain score levels, but you also have specific challenges catered to those particular maps to complete. And those are always the joy / pain / challenging, trying to figure out what these unique ones are, trying to find the secret tapes, and trying to get all of them down. Now, you will also have stat points that you can gain at each level to improve your skater. Even if you switch skaters, there will still be those same stats to collect for each skater to improve their skills, and I thought that was great. I was really worried that if you like using Tony Hawk originally and then you go to your creator skater or another one, that those stat points are gone. No. The challenges you complete are complete and they're done. You don't have to worry about redoing those. But those stat points will refresh for that new one. So if you switch over to a brand new skater, if you haven't already got the stat points there for that skater, they're there for you to get there. Now, you only have 2 minutes in each run, so you'll be replaying areas a lot to complete certain challenges. So keep that in mind if this is your first time playing these games. Now, after completing so many, you'll be able to open the next level and so on. And that's basically how it is. You have to complete so many challenges to unlock this level. Then to get to the next level, you have to unlock so many. So you may be going back to playing the other previous levels to complete their challenges so you can go to the next one. Now, you can play with some of the most iconic skaters as well as modern day ones, but you can create your own skater, where I can see a lot of people doing once they get the basics and they understand it, because that's really one of the best parts of the game, when you create your own skater and tailor that skater to your particular skill style. Now, in the multiplayer section, you can either play locally with 1 versus 1 or online against other skaters in different game modes that really test your skills to be the best. And they still have some of the iconic ones in it, like getting the best combo skill, graffiti when you're tagging, and whoever has the most tags wins, getting to a certain score limit for everybody else. So all those modes that you used to play against each other in, they're still there, and they're still challenging. Now, one change I saw they made was when your skater falls, they do this little VCR tape rewinding transition to put you back on the skateboard. Now, in the originals, you would just fall, might see a little blood, but you just got back on your board and you ride. Now, I personally didn't like this change, and it just made falling annoying to me. I mean, granted, you will fall a lot, especially when you're trying to pull off certain moves. It got annoying hearing that sound over and over, and it's just like, the same time to me, like that transition, it took more time to do that transition than your person getting up, getting on the skateboard and just taking off. But like I said, that coming from playing the original games. If you never played the originals, you wouldn't see that, and then probably wouldn't bug you. Now, they also combined the music from the 2 games into one playlist, along with adding some new tracks. I wish they would have separated the playlist per game, so if you wanted to hear just the music from one specific game, like if you're playing Tony Hawk 1 and you only want to hear the soundtrack from Tony Hawk 1, then you could do that. Now you can customize the playlist if you take the time to do it. That was another pet peeve of mine. Like I said, if I'm playing Tony Hawk 1, I would like to hear just music from the Tony Hawk 1 game, because that's what I remember about Tony Hawk 1. Same thing for 2. I honestly ain't got nothing against the new tracks. I thought the new tracks were a nice addition, but I wish they would have did that, since you have both games on here and you're basically playing them together. Now the Creator Skater is pretty decent with features to customize them, and you can buy clothing and customize their skateboard using the in-game currency you make from completing goals in the levels and challenges. Now certain gear is locked by a ranking system, so keep that in mind too if you want certain items. And pretty much the ranking goes up to I believe about 100, so you will be grinding to get certain things. And as usual, the best looking things are at the highest level. The Creator Skate Park is another big area where a lot of people be putting time into. You can basically make your dream skate park the way you want in the game using in-game items, and once again buying additional items with the in-game currency. And they're also behind a ranking system too. Now this is one thing when they brought out people love, because basically you create your own skate park. If you're a vert person like me, you can make it all vert, or you're a street person, make it all street. Make a combination, make it as challenging as you want it to. You can post it online, let other people try it out, and then let you know whether they like it or not. And if you want to change something on it, you can always unpublish it, make your changes, add new things, and publish it again. And graphics wise, the game is a beauty, but I did notice textures popping in on certain items from time to time, especially when you like restart. If you have a backpack on, sometimes the words on the backpack are popping back in texture wise, and I thought that was just weird. Now I didn't see any frame rate issues or drops, but they did define a lot of the textures and really kept to the color schemes of the original levels. Like if you remember how bright and colorful the school was in the first Tony Hawk, it is definitely bright and the colors are popping on it. And just like in the second school on Tony Hawk 2, how it's kind of like dark and depressing a little bit, and they still got the go-kart guy driving around, they kept to it, so it was really good. Now this gameplay you guys have seen was captured off the Xbox One X, and that's pretty much the end of the review. So with that being said, let's jump into the pros versus the cons. And starting off with the pros, the first one we're going to look at is the skateboarding. Overall, the skateboarding is still a joy and fun to play. It's fun skateboarding, traveling around, trying to find everything, trying to pull off crazy insane moves, try to pull off signature moves from your iconic people that you love playing. It's still there and it's still a joy. Now the next pro we're going to look at is the Creator Skate Park. This was a big feature that I'm glad they brought back, and honestly probably a lot of people wouldn't play without it being there. The fact, like I said, you can create your own skate park however you want to. Granted, you have the items that you want to, that you have unlocked. You can have a ball. I can see people spending hours customizing, tweaking it, making it exactly the way they want it. And that's a great thing. And the last pro we're going to look at, overall, the game is fun. If you enjoy playing the original first two, you're going to enjoy playing these. If you're a fan of skating, then you'll get a kick out of this. You'll get a kick out of playing as one of your favorite skaters, or creating your own skater and giving them their own signature moves. So with the pros done, let's take a look at the cons. And starting off with the cons, the first one, the game is grindy. Like I said, if you play the original two, you understand this, but if you haven't, the game is grindy. Keep that in mind. You're going to be replaying a lot of these levels the same over and over and over, and you're completing certain challenges. Sometimes you'll be playing a certain map and you'll be playing it one time just to get all the letters and skate, then just to find the secret tape. So keep that in mind. If you don't want to grind, you don't want to keep playing these levels over and over and over, this may not be the game for you. So with that con done, the next one we're going to look at is the loading screens. Now, I don't know if this is because they're original old school games and they keep them to its core, or because they have both games together, but you deal with a lot of loading screens. Every time you go to a map, you switch over to it, loading screens. Every time you're coming back to the main menu, loading screens. Go to Creator Skate Park, loading screens. You're just dealing with a lot of loading screens, so if you don't have time and patience, I can't recommend this to you. And the last con we're going to look at, the most important, this game is not for everyone. This game, like I said before in the beginning of this video, this game is for skaters and people that love skating. So if you do not enjoy skating, if you don't like pulling the same tricks, the same moves off, if you don't like pulling combos off, then this is not the game for you, and I cannot recommend it for you. And that's pretty much the pros and cons. Overall, I'm still liking this game, even with the things I don't like. It's a joy. It feels like going down memory lane playing these games again. Definitely remember it challenging and fun. But that's just my overall opinion of it. But let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. If you already got the game, let me know how you feel, what you don't like about it, what you wish they would have kept, which things you wish they should have changed from the originals. Let me know. If you guys enjoyed the review, just hit that like button. Let me know you guys enjoy reviews like this, and I'll work on doing more reviews. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I talk about stuff going on in the gaming and tech world. I do reviews on some of the latest gaming tech that's out. I do top 10 new games coming out every month and so much more. Make sure to follow on the social media pages so you can keep up to date what's going on if you want to reach out to me. I love talking about gaming, so don't be afraid to hit me up. You can catch me streaming on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Different day for different games. You name it. Just join me, chat it up. I love talking about gaming with people. But this is Proto, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.